World leaders are in Egypt for the United Nations Climate Summit.
That's right. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is one of several American delegates attending what is called COP27. She spoke during a panel today where she called out her Republican colleagues. She said they need to move past the disagreement over whether climate change is real because addressing the crisis is long overdue.
I place my confidence in their children, who hopefully will teach their parents that this is urgent, long overdue. But again, how we will address it is to get working together.
Well, let's dig into all of this with Axios climate reporter Andrew Freedman. Welcome, Andrew. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, we just heard her there mentioning, among the other things that she said, that the Inflation Reduction Act is part of America's plan to fight climate change. This might be a head scratcher to folks because you don't usually think of inflation being tied to climate change. So remind all of us what the climate aspect is in that bill.
So that bill was actually the biggest climate bill that the United States has ever taken up and ever passed. So that contains about $370 billion worth of climate programs. A lot of it is in the form of carrots. A lot of it is in the form of tax incentives to alternative energy, to clean energy, and really being able to speed up the deployment of those things. So when she talks about the Inflation Reduction Act over there in Egypt, really the United States, this is the first time that we are going to a major climate summit actually having passed ambitious climate legislation.
You know, the U.S. government has released a draft report. It's set to be fully issued next year, but it is bleak when it relates to climate change. It effectively says the things Americans value the most are at risk. Things are worsening effectively everywhere in the country. We're discussing hurricanes in November and many other things. What is the policy, the central policy question that lawmakers need to address so that this can be done on a local level and progress can be made now?
Yeah, so that report is geared towards decision makers at all levels. But I think one of the main focus areas that the administration is trying to push is to get better resilience tools, better adaptation tools into the hands of local policymakers, so that you don't rebuild a shoreline road or shoreline homes in the same place or in the same way after they've been destroyed by a storm. So that you're, bolstering a city, maybe Washington, D.C., maybe a southeastern city in the United States against more frequent and extreme heat waves. It lays out the risks, and some of them we can't do much about in the near term. But it also lays out the fact that we still have choices, and the choices that we make in the next, decade or more will affect how severe this problem is going to get in the coming decades.
Well, President Biden obviously heading to the climate summit later today. He's going to be giving a speech tomorrow. What are you listening for the president to say?
Yeah, I'm expecting him to really take credit for the Inflation Reduction Act as the, major cornerstone of U.S. action. The problem that he has going there is that the major focus of the discussion right now at COP27 is the need or the demand for developed countries like the United States to compensate the more vulnerable countries, so countries in Africa, small island developing states in the Pacific, to compensate them for the damage that they're already incurring from global warming, but that they didn't create. These countries were not the high polluting countries that caused the problem in the first place. We are one of those countries. So I'm really curious as to whether he's going to make a nod to our, the United States' responsibility to step up to the plate there, because really it depends on the makeup of Congress, but it's very doubtful that the United States could pass much more climate aid through Congress, could appropriate that, even if we wanted to. So really what John Kerry, who's the special climate envoy, has been doing is trying to get the private sector involved in raising money for that purpose. But that's a big flashpoint at these negotiations right at this point when Biden's going.
We'll be listening to hear if he in fact says anything about that.
That's right. Andrew.
Thanks.
Thanks for having me.